These are the reasons why I think men are no longer approaching women in the clubs. I'm talking with this man, I'm saying this, you know what he tells me? He was like, oh no, like the reason why men don't go up to girls anymore is because of the Me Too movement. The Me Too, the sexual assault? I said, were men sexually assaulting women in the club like all the time? Is that how you approach women? By sexually assaulting them? What are we talking about? The Me Too movement? Yeah, now we're scared to talk to them because da 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 da. I was like, just don't be a creep. Don't be a creep.
Ladies, some of y'all who are watching, y'all have no idea what it's like to have a false accusation pinned on you. You have no idea. We talked about several different instances to where men have been falsely accused of so many things. And because of the Me Too movement, we live in somewhat of an era of believe all women. And in all honesty, it just seems like women are innocent until proven guilty, whereas with men, we are guilty until proven innocent. What's going on, everyone? This is your man, Brandon Gio, one half of Residual Impact. Hey, yo, check it. Recently, we made a video talking about the Me Too movement and how it has made some men uncomfortable to approach women in certain situations, and especially when it comes to public outings. Now, this video has recently gone viral, and it is of Jason Derulo being interviewed. And one part of this interview in particular touches on that very same subject that we've been talking about recently.
There was a lawsuit not too long ago by an artist that was like hired to your label that was dismissed.
Twice.
What did you learn going through that?
Never work with women.
Oh, come
on. There's truth in every joke. But it's a sad truth. Like, I will never be alone in a room with a woman that I work with, like ever again.
Listen, there is truth in every joke, and I strongly believe that Jason said what he said.
What?
It's too risky. That case was dismissed twice in two different states, and there's hardly no mention of it online. When that case was brought up, it was on every single blog, every single front page. And I lost so many brand deals, relationships off of a story that was not even slightly believable.
Again, like I mentioned in a previous video, and because of the Me Too movement, we live in somewhat of an era of believe all women. We kind of live in that era right now. In that video, I also said, and in all honesty, it just seems like women are innocent until proven guilty, whereas with men, we are guilty until proven innocent. And even if the man is proven innocent, the woman doesn't really receive punishment for it, if she even receives punishment for it at all.
She said I sacrificed a goat in a sexual ritual. All people read was the headline, right? And that's all it takes to lose everything. That's a crazy concept. I lost millions of dollars off of an arbitrary story that some woman told. Like a crazy, crazy story that some woman told. So, with that being said, how can I be comfortable being in a room with a woman that I work with and not feel like she can just say whatever she wants? It's like, it's not worth it to me.
If you guys have made it this far, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, and don't forget to click that notification bell so you never miss when we upload a new video for you. Make sure you guys leave a thumbs up. It's completely free and it goes a long way.
Also, don't forget to leave a comment because we like to hear from y'all. We want to know what y'all think. Is the video good? Does it suck? Did you learn something from it? Just say hello. Put a smiley face. I don't care. Just write something. Interact. Communicate. We like those things.
Now back to the video.
When you're in that and losing millions of dollars in brand deals, how are you figuring out how to navigate that?
Man, it's really less about the money. Like, the money, man. Like, I have one name that I work so hard to stay clean and stay clean cut. And then like somebody can just say, like you can just say anything. That's the world we live in. You can just say anything and people take it as gospel. Why was it that those same blogs, those same pages, why didn't they post a dismissal at least? Wouldn't that be fair? If you posted
Well, because
the
that's
headline,
not going to get the clicks.
that's so bro. It's so terrible. So like people don't talk about the hardships of men, but it's a really, really tough place to be in, especially like when you have something to lose. Like it's a really, really tough place to be in. We talked about my past relationships and them saying things about me that I haven't responded to. We talked about lawsuits that I haven't really been able to respond to. I really want to respond to the blogs, if you want to be honest. I want to tell them like, what the is wrong with y'all? Like after all of these years, like that I've done, it's been places that I've done interviews with, and like I've just been so kind and like generous with my time. And then they post that then you don't post the dismissal. It got dismissed twice. You ain't post the second one, you didn't post the first one. Damn. Like, none of that is crazy. It's crazy.
It definitely is crazy. And here's a quick update that I noticed while I was editing the video. And this is what's been going on. So supposedly the young lady who accused Jason Derulo of SA, she had this to say on her Instagram. She said, "The case was not dismissed. You have until December 10th, 2025 to respond. If you want to keep up with the case, the link will stay in my bio." And she writes, slide 1, the court officially summoned the defendants. They now have a strict deadline to respond. Ignore it, and judgment comes down without them. Slide 2, this confirms Jason and Future History received the lawsuit, waived any service arguments, and must file their response by November 10th, 2025. Slide 3, this document grants Jason and Future History more time while blocking them from arguing wrong court. They must respond by December 10th, 2025. Slide 4, this document simply grants Atlantic extra time while locking them out of challenging jurisdiction. Their response is due December 10th, 2025. No wiggle room. Slide 5. Frank Harris officially got the lawsuit papers, isn't fighting the service, and will respond by January 2nd, 2026. Slide 6. Overview of my case showing all filings so far. The full NYSCEF docket list for my case. The case is very much ongoing. Slide 7. Graham's official YouTube description confirms the case was not resolved. It was refiled in New York and is still ongoing. This contradicts Jason's claims suggesting the case was dismissed or resolved. The lawsuit remains active with the same allegations and breach of contract. The court timeline speaks louder than anyone's sound bites. Slide 8. As Rolling Stone reported, my case was dismissed in California due to a technicality and was refiled in New York per recording contract with Atlantic Records, requiring all these disputes to be handled in New York Supreme Court. And then slide 9 to 11. Major news media outlets covered my lawsuit when it was first filed in Los Angeles in October 2023. Media outlets like KTLA, The Shade Room, Joe Budden Network, Way Up with Angela Yee, Variety, Pop Base, Daily Mail, New York Post, Rolling Stone, Forbes, Hollywood Reporter, and etc. So let's just say there's a lot going on. This is a situation of there's 3 sides to every story. His side, her side, and the truth. His side, Jason saying that the case was dismissed twice. Her side, the case was never dismissed. It was refiled in a different state. Therefore, it is still ongoing. The truth, I guess only time will tell, and we'll find out. However, I don't know what happened, and I'm not a part of the legal system to determine whether or not she was lying or he was lying. I wasn't there. I'm just going off of accounts based on the people who were telling it that were actually there. But if it comes out that she actually did falsely accuse him, then she deserves what's coming to her. On the other hand, if Jason did what she says that he did, he deserves what's coming to him. But my point still stands that, fellas, you have to be careful. We've We talked about this in multiple podcast episodes before. We've covered this in at least 2 different, maybe 3, 4 different reaction videos. You just never know. You never know what could happen. You never know what could come of a situation when you're in a room with a woman by yourselves and you're not dating her, you're not engaged to her, you're not married to her. Like, you never know what could come of those type of situations that you might put yourself in or that she might put herself in, you know, with you two both being in a room together by yourselves. Heck, even if you were in a room together with a group of people, certain allegations and certain accusations could be spread because of this.
He performs a Heimlich, but then gets called into HR. Yes, that's what happened to my brother. So he works for a company that has an on-site cafeteria on campus. Okay, so it works out great for many of the employees. Him and his team, before a presentation, went down for lunch. I think it was a team about 6 to 8. I don't remember the exact number. They went down for lunch, and one of the girls on the team started coughing really bad. Everyone at the table was like, "Hey, are you okay? Are you okay?" And she's like, "Yes, yes, yes," until she did this whole motion, right? And then she starts pointing at her throat. So obviously that's the motion of I'm choking, okay? And so my brother quickly gets up because he was sitting next to her and does the Heimlich, which then dislodges whatever that was stuck in her throat, food or some sort. And so she turns around, she say, "Hey, thank you so much." And then one of the other girls took her to the bathroom. He thought that was the end of it. Apparently not. 2 days later, he gets called into HR. He's a little bit confused about what's going on. They stated that there's an investigation open on him for SA. Apparently, she reported him for SA because she felt the touch during the Heimlich was inappropriate. Their bodies were too close, and that she could feel his private. They took his statement. They said they're going to investigate. So he said it took about a week or so. They called him back in, and they said that he was cleared.
You never know what could happen. So I say, fellas, y'all got to be diligent. Like, make sure you guys truly have situational awareness, because as I've mentioned before, men in situations like this, when it comes to believe all women, are typically seen as guilty until proven innocent, whereas the women are most likely seen as innocent until proven guilty. And even if it comes out that those women lied, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to suffer consequences. But until those liars start to suffer consequences, rightfully so, the same type of consequences that the man being accused of said allegation would have received if he was found guilty, then these women would stop lying on men. Period. That's all I have for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys really learned something from it, because again, this is not the first time I've talked about it. You know, we can go on and on about different situations where stuff like this has happened. Just do your best, fellas, to make sure that it doesn't happen to you. If you guys have made it this far, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. And don't forget to click that notification bell so you never miss when we upload a new video for you. Also, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It's free to do, and it helps the channel out tremendously. Last but not least, be sure to leave your comments down below, because we definitely need to have a discussion about this. Because until enough is said and until this message reaches enough people, this is going to continue to happen, and until we get to a point to where it's like enough is enough. So thanks again for tapping in. We greatly appreciate it. And you know I can't leave without saying, where you are today is a residual outcome of the thoughts you had in the past. Till next time, peace.